We kick off Mello TV Sports with football as Jamaica's senior reggae boys' path to the Qatar 2022 World Cup has now been finalized after Canada, Panama, and El Salvador secured spots in the final round of the CONCACAF qualifying last night. Jamaica already knew their opening game is going to be away to Mexico on September 2. Their second game was, however, confirmed when Panama made the final round last night. That game at home is set for September 5. The Reggae Boys take on Costa Rica away on September 8 before traveling to face the United States on October 7. They're home to Canada on October 10 and away to Honduras 3 days later. The final first leg game is against El Salvador on a date to be announced in November. The return fixtures start against the United States also on a date to be announced in that same month. Meanwhile, Russia secured their first win of Euro 2020 with a 1-0 result over Finland in St. Petersburg today. Aleski Maranchuk put the hosts ahead in first half injury time. Finland would have qualified for the last 16 with a win. The result leaves both sides on 3 points before their final group game on Monday. Finland, competing their first major finals, won 1-0 against Denmark on Saturday in a match overshadowed by Danish midfielder Christian Eriksen collapsing on the pitch. Also today, Wales took a significant stride towards qualifying for the second round. This as they overcame Turkey 2-0 in Baku. The win that takes Wales to 4 points with 1 match left in the group stage. That final fixture will be in Rome on Sunday against Group A favourites, Italy. Still on football, Premier League champions Manchester City will get their 2021-2022 title defence underway at Tottenham when the new season kicks off on the weekend of August 14th. Pep Guardiola's team will be looking for a 4th title in 5 years. Newly promoted Norwich City welcome Liverpool to Carrow Road. Playoff winners Brentford hosts Arsenal. Champions League holders Chelsea have a London derby with Crystal Palace at Stamford Bridge. And Manchester United take on Leeds United at Old Trafford. The fast start to the season continues with Arsenal versus Chelsea the following weekend, August 21, before Arsenal travel to Manchester City and Chelsea face Liverpool at Anfield on August 28. We bowl over to cricket news. The West Indies will not have to contend with David Warner, Pat Cummins and Glenn Maxwell, who are among 6 players to have opted out of Australia's tour of the Caribbean, while Stephen Smith will miss the trip because of an elbow injury. Jai Richardson, Kane Richardson and Marcus Stoinis are the others to make themselves unavailable for the upcoming tour because of a variety of personal reasons following their time at the IPL, and the difficult journey home with the tournament was postponed indefinitely. All-rounder Daniel Sams had previously put himself out of contention. Wes Agar, the South Australian and Adelaide Strikers pace bowler, has earned his first international call-up as the one uncapped player in the 18-strong squad. Nathan Ellis, the Tasmanian quick, and leg spinner Tanveer Sangha will travel as reserves. Australia will leave for the Caribbean on June 28 with the tour including 5 T20s and 3 ODIs. On to some basketball news. Kevin Durant scored 49 points, grabbed 17 rebounds and dished out 10 assists as the Brooklyn Nets stormed back and defeated the Milwaukee Bucks 114-108 last night in Game 5 of the NBA Eastern Conference semifinals in New York. The Nets, who overcame a 17-point third-quarter deficit, lead the best-of-7 series 3-2, thanks to one of Durant's most impressive postseason performances. They would advance to their first Eastern Conference Finals since 2003 if they can win tomorrow night in Milwaukee. Game 7, if necessary, would be played in Brooklyn on Saturday. Durant set a franchise record for points in a playoff game, breaking the mark of 43 set by Vince Carter in 2006. He also posted his second career postseason triple-double and joined Hall of Famers Oscar Robertson and Charles Barkley, along with Dallas Mavericks guard Luka Doncic, as the fourth player with at least 40 points, 15 rebounds, and 10 assists in a post-game. On to tennis news. Prize money for this year's Wimbledon will be a little over $49.4 million, a 5.2% reduction from 2019 when the grass court Grand Slam was last held. Wimbledon, the only major to be cancelled back in 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic, returns in its usual slot, with the main draw starting on June 28. The singles champion will bear the maximum hit to their earnings and will pocket $2.4 million, down from $3.3 million they were paid in 2019. Players participating in the qualifiers will see a 17.5% increase in overall prize money allocation, while the wheelchair and quad wheelchair events will get also a 17% boost. Organizers also confirmed that the men's and women's singles finals will be played with full crowds of 15,000 in attendance on center court, making it the first outdoor sporting event in the UK to have a full capacity since the start of the coronavirus pandemic last year. Meanwhile, former champion Venus Williams and Andy Murray were named in Wimbledon initial list of wild cards for this month's grass court Grand Slam. American Williams, who will turn 41 tomorrow, has won 5 out of her 7 Grand Slam singles titles at Wimbledon, but has slipped to 103rd in the women's world rankings. She has not made it past the opening round at any tournament since reaching the second round of the Australian Open in February. Britain's Murray won Wimbledon titles in 2013 and 2016, but is currently ranked 124th, having endured a spate of injuries in the past few years. Now to end tonight's sports package, we present you with Sports Spotlight. In tonight's Sports Spotlight, I want to talk about football. World Cup qualifiers is coming up, and we know the schedule. And what I see is a pretty tough schedule. And it begs me to question, is Jamaica going to qualify for their second ever World Cup in Qatar? And the answer is 50-50 for me, because with the improvement of Canada's squad, going to El Salvador is very tricky, as those two teams have progressed to the final stage, the hexagonal stage of the World Cup qualifiers within the CONCACAF region. Are we going to qualify? And with the right team, the right chemistry, and hard work, I believe we can. But we have to stay focused. We have to know the task at hand is to go to Qatar. Good luck, Reggae Boys. I have faith in you. This has been Sports Spotlight. And those are the stories making sports news tonight. We now head back to the news desk with Shelley and Hill.